We met Yuri and Optimal Builders through recommendation, through Navjit's cousin. He'd had some work done on his house. They'd done a fantastic job on their house. We was looking for a builder and a project manager for our project. We'd had a bad experience with a previous builder, so for us it was quite difficult to find someone that we would trust. The moment we met Optimal Builders and the team, it was quite comforting. Because we looked at, when they first came, they came 3 times I think in total, just to have a look at our project, what we needed to have done. You know, they did tell us that they could salvage some of the work that had previously been done. But they were realistic, right?
Realistic and reliable.
And and then from that approach we could see that these guys were serious, they don't mess around. And then, you know, we went through the quotes with the guys and they were realistic and there were no sort of hidden surprises or anything like that. We knew exactly where we stood in terms of funding and pricing. There was a structure as well, there was a contract.
And also it was a really thorough contract.
A very thorough contract. Everything was detailed to the minutest details. And in that sense, it gives you comfort because you know where you stand. There's no surprises, everyone knows the exact position and everyone knows what work has to be done in that price. And that's what we liked. This was a massive project for us, one of the biggest projects we've done. You could see straight away that these guys were very professional, very reliable, they were on time, they were tidy, they were organised.
Tidy.
The planning was immense.
And the most important thing is that they were methodical and logistics. The logistics, if they needed a tool, it was always there. They didn't have to run to the shops to go and get it. They didn't have to phone somebody to collect it. They had it there. This was the job. The tools were there. The materials already on site. So it was very methodical, organised, and logistical. In how they actually worked, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there was always someone on site. The project manager was always overseeing. We had 3 or 4 guys that were always here, so they knew exactly what was going on in the project. They took control. Lulu was here all the time too, overseeing and project managing, ordering the materials. So no one was wasting any time. I mean, one day we came to site. Luckily, we wasn't living on site. We came here, there's like 10 people, and everyone knew exactly what they had to do. It's just like clockwork.
It's seamless. It's quite seamless, wasn't it?
Very efficient. And one thing I'm really surprised about was the sort of the work ethic and the work rate. These guys would come at 8 in the morning. They'd start at 8, and in the summertime they weren't finishing until 7, 8 o'clock at night. And we're getting to the point, guys, come on, you've got to go home. I want to lock up. You know, I'd try and kick them out the door. And they would work Saturdays, Sundays as well, bank holidays, because they wanted to not just get the job done, but they actually took some pride, and it's really hard to find in a builder, I think, nowadays. They took some pride in what they're actually doing. They weren't just building a house, they were building our home, and that really sort of carries through, that thoroughness, they actually care, the attention to detail is fantastic. And it's something that really resonates with me, because if I was going to do the house myself, that's how thorough I would be. I can't fault these guys in any way, shape or form. If anything, they're too perfect, and you know, they take their time doing the job, but they do it properly, and that's what you want. Actually, I quite miss them because they become part of the family, they become part of the house.
And I think that's another thing as well, is that this is our family home, our children were here, our parents are close by. It's an extended family, and actually when the guys were here working on site, they were respectful of our family, our extended family, of our children. There was never a feeling that actually I didn't want my children running around because there's workmen in the house. Never. No. Trustworthy. I felt completely comfortable with having them in our home. And being married to a particularly fussy, perfectionist type of person, he's able to pick out every single imperfection and worry about them and want to get them rectified. The difference is that when Optimal Builders, so Luri came through and started working with him, anything that Mundip didn't find to his standard or to his level of expectation, which wasn't very many things actually, well, it wasn't.
No, I mean, I would admit I'm very, very fussy.
Yeah.
But
they would rectify straight away, wouldn't they?
They would rectify, but actually it was their standard anyway.
Yeah.
It was their standard. And if there was any other issue, if there was any little issue, the guys would come and just redo it.
Yeah.
For example, like the rendering. Louis was like, don't worry, I'm going to come and sort it out. But it's the finish that I was always concerned about. And these guys have achieved a perfect finish. Straight lines, straight edges, 90 degrees angles, the painting, the cork work, the silicone work, the tiling. It's all exactly 100% bang on. And how I wanted it.
And done the first time round.
And done the first time round.
Not rectified
exactly.
first time round.
Exactly.
So that's the difference.
Because they get it right the first time, so they don't have to do it again. And they don't waste time in doing it again. And they the guys, they all kind of knew the type of person we was, or I was.
Not that you're fussy.
And so they were like, I think it's the standard for optimal builders anyway. This is the highest level of work you can really expect. Really, I don't think you can get any better, really, unless you're doing it yourself.
And you sleep well better now.
Yes, thanks to optimal builders, yeah, I can sleep.
Yeah.
And this is what I wanted. What we wanted is what we've got. So thank you.
Thank you.